Welcome back, everybody. It's Wednesday, June 18th.
Father's Day is this
17th.
Sunday.
It is.
We butchered that a little bit last week. I butchered that a little bit last week.
Oh, did you say Father's Day was last Sunday?
I did say Father's Day was last Sunday.
What's the saying? Second week of May, wait 6 weeks to tell your dad hey, or something like that?
I've never heard that in my life. But
Something like that.
yeah, never heard that.
Did. What are you doing for Father's Day? You're a dad.
Yeah.
What are you doing for
I hope
Father's
I'm a
Day?
dad.
Yeah.
I hope those children are mine. I don't know. Maybe Lindsay's got something planned good. Lindsay normally takes care of like all the holidays around our house, including Mother's Day.
Did you say Hollandaise?
Hollandaise, holidays, holidays.
Like the egg sauce?
Is there an egg sauce named Hollandaise?
Hollandaise.
Hollandaise.
Yeah.
I don't need egg sauce.
Have you ever had eggs Benedict?
No, man. Not the British.
You're not the British?
Not the British.
But you know what Hollandaise sauce is.
No, I have no idea what.
Have you seen eggs Benedict? Have you ever poached an egg?
As in poaching an egg, what do you mean? I eat my eggs fried.
Huh? Is that the only way you've ever eaten them?
Fried and scrambled, man.
Fried and scrambled?
Normally using the bacon grease.
Have you cooked an omelet in the microwave?
No.
I hear that's a thing that's really easy to
cook
do.
an omelet in the
Yeah,
microwave.
apparently it's, well,
Bro, normally...
do you know what a quiche is?
I'm not a big fan of quiche.
Do you know what a frittata is?
I think I've eaten some of that before.
A frittata is basically a quiche without the crust.
Yeah. I prefer my eggs fried and scrambled.
Do you mix
However,
anything
if
in there?
anybody wants to make me one of those so I can try it, I'm
What,
game.
a quiche or a frittata?
Either
or an
or.
omelet microwave?
Omelet in the microwave prefer because I like omelets,
Uh-huh.
but I just never eat one from the microwave.
What's the last time you had an omelet?
So during this whole quarantine, we went through an omelet stage in my house where I was making omelets like about every day. It's probably been 3 weeks ago. So I go through egg phases as far as how I like my eggs. I'm pretty consistent on 2 eggs every morning, but just shift up the way I cook them.
That's exciting.
Yes, it is.
What are you eating now? No eggs?
Oh, definitely still eating eggs. Like I said, cooked bacon this morning, fried the eggs into bacon grease.
I hate cooking bacon.
Why?
I smell like it afterwards.
It's a shower.
I'm gonna shower every time I have bacon? Maybe like 7 times a week.
Do you cook bacon every time you have it?
Do it.
Yeah, I normally cook bacon once and then eat on it for like a week. How much bacon are you eating at a time?
You cook all your bacon for a week? How do you cook all that bacon?
The word has slipped my mind. On a griddle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just griddle it out. Cook
Have you
a pack
tried
of bacon.
boiling it?
Boiling bacon? No, never boiled it. Well, I guess technically you say because you throw
not
bacon
really
in.
boiling,
You throw bacon in collards. It's basically boiling bacon.
That's true.
But oven. Have you cooked bacon in the oven?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty convenient way without making everything smell. So it's easy. You don't deal with bacon grease popping on you like that.
I like to cook bacon on an open fire grill and just battle the flames as I go.
You know, I've seen some people cook it that way. I don't cook it that way because I've never seen anybody cook it on charcoal like that. So,
You're a charcoal grill guy.
my wife's a charcoal grill guy. And you can tell her I said that.
Would you prefer a gas grill?
Sometimes, I mean, charcoal definitely tastes better, but there's sometimes that you're just really like, man, I don't want to spend the 30 to 45 minutes it's going to take to prep up this charcoal. However, once you get used to it, you just know, hey, I want to eat at this time. It's going to take this long to prepare food. I need to start with charcoal at this time,
3 hours.
which really works convenient unless you're having a function and people are late to it. So,
Right.
And then you got to like try to keep your charcoals hot. You just do the best you can.
Do you know how to keep your charcoals hot?
I can do a pretty good job.
How do
with
you
it.
keep your charcoals hot for the people at home?
You push them all together. If they're spread out.
What are those things called? Are they called charcoals? Aren't they called baguettes?
I have no idea.
Biscuits. Charcoal biscuit. A biscuit. A nice lobster bisque.
You ever eat one of those before?
Have you ever had a lobster bisque? Have you had bisque before?
Man, I'm not really.
Are you a
good
soup or a stew guy?
I don't
Super
like.
stew.
Okay, so this is going to sound funny. I don't like. This is going to answer your question.
Hey, one time I went to Olive Garden.
Yeah.
And they said, "Do you want a super salad?" And I said, "I'd love a super salad."
Who was your waitress?
I don't know. I got kicked out.
Here's the kicker. His wife was working at Olive Garden at that time.
Oh, no. I never went while she was working.
Yeah, we used to go to Olive Garden when Beacon worked there. We did. I promise you we did. Yes, we did. Don't look at me like that. So.
I don't know if I ever did that, man.
But to answer your question, I don't like foods that are served hot. So like soup,
What?
chili, stew.
You don't like chili?
No. Ask Lindsay. I do not like chili.
What do you mean by hot, though? You don't mean hot. You just... Wait.
No, I mean like foods.
You don't like hot liquids.
Exactly. There you go.
Okay, I was going to
Yes,
say, you'd
foods
want a
that are-
steak to be warm.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But foods that are designed to be like
Medium rare chicken.
that are designed
Yeah,
to
you
be
could
like
leave her frozen in the
boiled-
middle. Cluck, cluck,
yeah.
that'd be great.
Hey, do what you got to do, man. Hard times. So.
Nothing's that hard, Daddy.
Yeah. Oh man. So gym's opening back up on Monday.
It is.
Yep. You excited?
Very. Feel like I've been so distant from everybody.
Would you say you've worked harder? Is it harder? Is your work harder whenever you're in the gym or when you've been out of the gym, like you've been out of the gym like the last 10 weeks?
That's a great question. I wouldn't say one's harder or easier. It's just different.
Biggest differences. I mean, that seems like an obvious question, but what's the biggest differences?
Well, obviously, when you see someone in person every day, you can. I mean, you're put in that place to talk to them more often. When you're not, I mean, it's like, man, I haven't heard from this person. Are they even working out? You know, that kind of deal.
Programming standpoint, is it harder when you?
It's much harder to program in the current state.
Would you say that's just due to equipment, or it's got more to do with the ladder that you were just talking about, where you're not able to talk to people and you don't know what's going on?
I would say it's 75 equipment, 25 lack of in person. Just shut off the music. I was vibing. Wheeler Walker Jr. is a sponsor. Just kidding.
Just fell 2 spots. So.
That was Jimmy Dean, actually.
Oh yeah, sausage guy. You like sausage?
I'll eat sausage, but not a huge fan.
Oh okay.
So, yeah.
Hot Italian or sweet and mild?
Whatever's available.
Hot Italian.
Yeah.
Anyway, you were asking.
So 75 equipment, 25 just not being able to interact with people and
Yeah.
see their needs on a daily basis. Going back to the gym, what are some recommendations that you would make to people coming back to the gym?
Okay, so if you haven't been doing any strength work, so if you don't have your own bar with like a multitude of weights to do strength work, so I'm saying like even if you had a bar and like 25s, but your back squat was 255 or 300 or something like that, you weren't doing strength work. I mean, it's a different type of work.
If you haven't seen near 60% of your max.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, now you would have plenty of opportunities to work on like positions and getting better at that, but your top end strength, it's probably gone down a little bit, which it'll come back fast if you were at those numbers, right? First thing you're going to want to do is just assume your max is lower. So I say safe bet 80 to 85%. just to be safe. And I would do that for every single lift. Put that in your head for the first month. If it ends up like one day you're doing way better than that, like good. That's awesome. Like good for you. It means you're just one of those people who doesn't lose it neuromuscularly like other people do. Most people would just lose it neuromuscularly first before they lose any actual muscle. The second one kind of depends on what your fitness level has been. If you haven't been doing anything, assume the initial workouts aren't going to be a walk in the park for you. So scale back your intensity. That obviously is going to come with a conversation with your coach. Okay, be open and honest. Don't be hard-headed about it when you're starting back out. If there's, a lot of running and burpees and you haven't been doing the plethora of running and burpees we've had in the workouts, then just tell the coach, like, hey, what do you think? I haven't been doing anything. And then let that coach back it down for you or set a cap on it for you and things like that. And there's some stuff we'll do in the programming that'll do that automatically. But if you haven't been doing anything, come in with the assumption that you're kind of just starting off, and your first step in fitness is moving well and getting the body adjusted to the movements again. Your first step isn't right back to my 1 rep max, right back to 65%. Like, no, 65% for you is now like 40%. Mm-hmm. And that goes for like anytime you do weights, anytime you're doing pull-ups. Pull-ups are going to be a big one. A lot of people haven't been able to do pull-ups. They don't have a pull-up bar. Like, take some time, do some strict pull-ups. I'm going to tell you right now, we're not going to program anything kipping for the first 2 or 3 weeks. So if you're assuming we're going to jump into kipping movements next week because we're opening the gym back up, you're going to be excited to find out we're not.
We're not doing Fran next week.
We're not doing Fran next week. Right? You're going to see a lot of the stuff we do in the first couple weeks as kind of like a transition phase from what we've been doing. So it's going to be kind of like a lot of the workouts we've been doing, but now we're going to be in person in the gym. Mm-hmm. And that's going to be the first couple weeks just like easing back in. So even if you haven't been doing them, you're going to be doing workouts that are set up for getting your fitness back and maintaining fitness. If you have been doing them, this is now more of a chance to kind of build back into the strength work and get back used to getting your fitness back, not just from those workouts. Yeah.
It would say biggest takeaway from that, and you hit on this, but just to reiterate it, try to be very clear with your coach what you have and have not been doing.
Yeah.
If you haven't been doing anything, there's nothing wrong with that. It's been a difficult time for a whole lot of people, and it's definitely been a different time for everyone. Yeah. If you haven't been able to do anything for whatever reason, just let your coach know. You don't have to announce it in front of the class.
Yeah.
Just let your coach know, hey, I haven't done anything. That way, we know appropriate scaling, and we also know where our attention needs to be at in the class. So, will the gym look different?
Yeah, we're going to have it spaced out. Like, people are going to have their own stations. I hesitate to call them stations because stations implies that, like, you're doing rotation of stations. You're just going to have your own. Like, when we come in to work out, you have your own set area. Yeah. Right? Like, it would be predefined before the class even starts. Yeah. So that way you're not running and crossing into other people's areas and stuff like that. But we'll have that laid out and taken care of for you guys when you come in. So don't have any questions about that. And that's just to kind of show responsibility as a community, really. COVID is still a thing. And so, it's not a fake thing that's been made up. I mean, it's a real thing. It's affected people. So we're still going to respect it as such. We just believe that what we're able to do in the gym from a health and leading health initiative standpoint, we're able to combat things like that and provide something for people that they need, especially in this time. So, But yeah, treat coming back into the gym almost like you're coming off of a big competition or a big like injury and you've recovered from it, you took some time, like you're not going to rush back into things. Just take your time easing back into it. It's like one of the classic things of fitness is at some point during the year you're going to have something you ramp up for, and then at some point during the year you're going to have to ramp it back down. Fitness is not a linear upward progression. It's up, slightly down, as long as you're doing it right. And not every day's, maxing out. Not every day should be the hardest thing you do in the world. And doing those like nonchalant, easier days are days where people will think to themselves, I'm not getting much out of this. It's not very motivating to do this boring stuff. But those are the days that make the days where you actually want to push it and see what you're capable of. It makes it a lot more rewarding. So you need to take that seriously when you get those days.
It sounds like, from what you were saying, that you've almost got a natural of rebuilding or developing the base again built in. And when we get questions about our next level progressions and movements and why can I not do this, it always comes back to, well, what does this base movement look like? How is this developed? And we're going to give you that opportunity as a gym via our programming to take some time and develop that. So really the next 3 or 4 weeks, take it seriously and work on those movements. That a lot of people, well, I'm not going to be able to kit. Well, that's an opportunity for you to develop strength and develop basic movements. So,
well, you're never going to snatch well if your air squat's not good.
Never going to snatch well if you struggle to overhead squat with a barbell.
I mean, and you've had plenty of opportunity to. It doesn't take any equipment to work on your air squat. It doesn't take any equipment to hold an air squat for 3 minutes a day. Right? And so hopefully you take advantage of like practicing some of those movements, but you're going to have another brief time while we open and get going the first couple weeks to really just work on basic movement patterns. I mean, did you take push-ups seriously and work on push-ups? Like, did you take air squats seriously and work on air squats? That stuff carries over to the more complex stuff, and you won't get the complex stuff without mastering the simple stuff.
Nope.
Right? Like how someone air squats and does a push-up will tell you a lot about the rest of their fitness. Like you'll be able to tell right off the bat, just like, hey, do an air squat, do a push-up. That's got to tell me 70% of your fitness story as I'm about. I can guess how you're going to move the rest of the time just from that. And if you're not sure what it is, like work at it, spend time in it, do some stretches. Holding the bottom of an air squat in and of itself is a stretch. If you detest when there's overhead squats, or you're like, I'm not good at overhead squats, grab a broomstick and do a bunch of overhead squats with it and film yourself doing it. And then either send it to a coach and ask, hey, how does this look? Or what's missing here? Or if you're like me, I'll watch someone who's really good at doing snatches, overhead squats, and I'll video myself and I'll do my best to make it look like what they're doing. Like I will, like, oh man, that person's overhead squat looks pretty good. Like I think I should probably try to make the movement look like that in my video. Like they don't look to be wobbling all over the place. Maybe I should make mine not look like it's wobbling all over.
Is that why you videoing me?
Yeah, bro, exactly.
Thanks, man.
Just to watch all his movements. That's what not to do.
There's truth to that. That's what's not to do.
Depends on what you're doing. Yeah.
Probably wouldn't want to mimic.
When I watch you do sit-ups.
Yeah. You're like, not.
When I watch you do squats, handstand, push-ups, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Happens. We all have our strengths.
Box jumps.
Yeah. If you're watching me to do box jumps, you're watching the wrong one. So, the wrong one.
Yeah, so back at it. Fitness. Take it seriously, but don't rush into it.
Anything that worries you going back into the gym?
Nah. Not really.
Anything you're really excited about going back into the gym?
It feels a bit fresh. Like I hope people are coming back a little bit like more hungry for it. Because they're like, wow, okay. The gym was a big part of what I like to do. Like, man, that sucked that it was gone.
I was about to say, I think one of the things that all of this has really laid home with me, and it applies to the gym, but it applies to everything. Mm-hmm. Right before we got out of school, one of the teachers went in and made me a huge poster of the NCAA bracket. It was like literally the day before they came out and said, we're not doing it this year.
Yeah.
And, you know, being a kid in North Carolina, growing up watching the ACC tournament, watching the NCAA tournament, and watching it all the time, you just think, like, that could never go away. And one of the things that this has definitely taught me is that anything can change at the drop of a hat, and your fitness is no different than that. Like, we literally lost our opportunity to go to the gym overnight. So much to what you're saying, it's going to be nice to be back around everybody at the gym, even if it is in a limited capacity to start off with. I mean, we would all love to go out and be with everybody from the gym at one time, but right now we're just doing the best we can with what we're being told we can do. So, right.
It's true. It's so true. What do you think, Brandon?
I think I work out better when somebody's there with me.
Yeah.
Like, if I say I'm at school and we're doing like a plank for a minute, everybody's doing it together, it's no problem.
Yeah.
I get in my house.
Plank by yourself, dude. You're stopping.
After like 20 seconds, I'm like, bro, this sucks.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do it. It's like my core hurts. You know, I definitely enjoy the atmosphere of other people working out better.
Before you know it, you're looking up at that clock, but you're just laying down.
Yeah. You get a little bit more of the knee on the ground for like 2 seconds.
And then back up.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
where at school it's like all the time. Because you don't want to I'm not saying you want to look good in front of people, but it definitely helps when everybody's doing this, we're all working together.
I definitely get some of that.
I also like people too.
Interactions with people. I work out better in front of people.
Yeah.
Showman.
The showman?
Yeah.
Cool.
Or are you just afraid you won't do well?
Huh?
I said, or are you just afraid you won't do well in front of others?
No, I have no fear of failure.
You have no fear of failure at all?
I'd rather go out guns blazing and look dumb doing it and fail than...
I can see that. I've seen you do that a lot.
Yeah, I've done that.
The stuff we do, I told the coach, the stuff we do in our workouts, there's moments where I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely going to fail that, but then I'll talk to them about it and we'll figure it out and then we'll just do it and then what happens happens.
Next time you won't be such a loser.
Yeah. Okay.
No, failure's good. Do you have a fear of failure?
Yeah, I don't like failing in front of people. I'll be straight up honest with you. So,
why do you think that is?
I don't know, man. I've just never liked failing in front of people. So, but it's not debilitating. It actually normally helps push me to do better. So,
do you think it's what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word. Do you think failing in front of people leads to a loss of not confidence? I can't believe I can't think of this word because I literally used this word just the other day. Someone expects you to be able to do something, you can't do it, or you fail at doing it, then that you fear that other people now view you as not being able to maybe teach it or...
No, not so much that, because I think from a teaching standpoint, I try to dial into the areas that I know I teach well, and that's what I go. Not to say that I've got to know I'm never going to grow at teaching other things mindset, But, and you've even done this, or we do this as a staff, we'll refer people to their strengths. Mm-hmm. So if I see somebody, let's say gymnastics is not one of my strengths, but I understand the basics of it. But if I see somebody failing and I feel like they're pretty decent at the basics of it, I'm going to refer them up. So from a teaching standpoint, no, it's not because of that. I just don't want to disappoint people.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So true. How often do you think you disappoint somebody?
I don't know, Chris. When have I disappointed you? You tell me when I've disappointed you.
Earlier today, I walked in and you said you had to cut the.
Hey, yeah, I had to do what I had to do, bro. That was being honest with my coach. He wonders why I don't communicate.
Do you have a pair of long socks?
Do I have a pair of long socks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wear them sometimes.
Do you?
I got the same awesome coach socks that you got.
Oh.
I've got some with eggs and bacon on them.
Okay.
I've got some with footballs on them. I got some that I wear that say "Awesome Dad."
Do you usually wear shorter socks?
I normally wear short socks, yes. So.
Do you have like a scheme that you go with before you put on longer or short socks? Like my shorts have to come down to this length.
No. Normally, like the boys like my long socks. Uh-huh. So if they're in my room while I'm getting dressed and they say something about that pair of socks, I'll put that pair of socks on.
Pair of socks on, Dad.
Yeah. They'll be like, "Hey, Dad, it's your eggs and bacon socks. What are those?" So that's what. When you have children, they just dictate so much. Not dictate, right. But
no, I can see that with
you. Want to build that relationship with them, so you just kind of roll with a lot of things that they like doing. So
my dad used to wear those long white tube socks.
Yeah, I've got a feeling you never said, "Hey, Dad, put on your long white socks."
Yeah, long white tube socks, dude. Time to go shoot some 15-foot jumpers at the park.
And a lot of it is all the long socks that I have, except for the ones that say "Awesome Coach." Those Lindsay got for me, but the boys got the other ones. So I guess technically Lindsay got them, but the boys gave them to me as gifts, so they like seeing them.
My wife got these over the weekend at, what's that, downtown Cry Freedom Mission Shop?
Yep.
Is that the full name of it?
Yeah, my sister-in-law works there.
And these are nice socks, but they're super long. These are longer than I usually wear.
Gotcha.
Mine usually cut to about right here.
I think you and James were really the first people that I ever hung out with that
James
wore long
got that sock game.
Yes, James' sock game is on point.
Yeah. Big sock guy.
Big sock guy.
Doesn't matter where you put the comma in that sentence.
Nope. Sorry. Brandon's got on fancy socks today.
Those look like fair foods. You like the fair, Brandon?
Actually,
when's the last time you went to a fair?
I've been to probably freshman year of high school.
Nice. Worst thing that ever happened to you at a fair?
Oh, so I do have a fair experience from this past year. Not afraid of heights. Never been afraid of heights. I'm not afraid of heights. I knew you were afraid of heights.
Heights make me pee my pants.
Yeah, I don't believe that, but I know you're afraid of heights.
No, I've literally peed my pants on a ride before.
Recently?
It's been a couple years. Maybe I was 7 or 8 years old.
It's just a couple. Yeah. So, not afraid of heights and never had a ride that I've ridden.
Are you afraid of things that are fast?
Mm-mm. I actually, it's a wonder that I'm here.
I was afraid. So. That's why I was afraid of my childhood.
Yeah, so driven some cars really fast. So, but never been afraid to ride any ride. Never been afraid of heights. This past year at the fair, Eli wanted to go on the Ferris wheel. Never had an issue with the Ferris wheel. We started getting to the circular one. We started getting to the top of that one, and I realized that I'm not belted, or he's not belted in. It's all wide open, and all he wants to do is, "Daddy, look at that! Daddy, look at that!" And he's leaning out, and I got like a death grip around him, and I'm like anchored down, and I'm thinking to myself, if
Were
I
there
don't
no
get
belts
off
on
of
the
this,
thing?
no, there's no belts and Ferris wheels. So
Dang, I thought there were.
no, there's not. I'm
That
thinking
sounds-
if I don't get off of this
That sounds
ride,
interesting.
No.
yeah, I was in dead on panic mode. Like it was rough. I was like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind riding the Ferris wheel with Lindsay. I mean, I know she's not going to jump
Right.
out, but Eli,
Hopefully.
no fear.
Depends
Yeah,
on what you're saying.
yeah, there's no telling. So, but with Eli, I was scared.
Dang, dude,
yep.
that's crazy.
So, yep.
Man.
Yeah, and I hate the fair actually.
Wow. That's strong
Lindsay
words.
loves going to the fair. I don't understand. Like Lindsay's all.
Do you think
about
she
going.
likes lights?
I don't know what it is. She doesn't ride fair rides. I just think it's like the shows and the food. I don't
Lights.
know. So maybe it's the lights.
Yeah. Some people like lights, man.
They do.
You
Like
drive
those
by a
folks
place
that
and you're like-
ride around and look at Christmas lights. My parents are like that, man.
They like Christmas lights?
Yeah, my
Is
dad
Christmas their favorite
literally knows where all the best Christmas lights are at in Wayne County. So, and you'd be surprised. There's some places that have some pretty elaborate Christmas light displays. So, and I like looking at Christmas lights now because the boys are kind of infatuated with the lights. But
So it's a genetic thing.
could be, might skip a generation.
Skip you.
Yeah,
It's just Lindsay, your parents, and
yeah. Like Eli's just like my dad. So he's particular about things, and everything's got to be in a certain way, and I'm not like that. So
So you hate the fair.
yeah,
Do you hate parties?
I don't hate parties. It's just I don't know. The older I get, I just don't go to a lot of
What
parties.
is your ideal amount of people in one room?
Oh, the people don't bother me.
No, it's not a
So,
volume
no,
thing.
it's not a volume thing.
It's an action thing.
I wouldn't really say it's an action thing either. It's just it is what it
If
is.
you're in a room with 30 other people, no, if you're in a room with 29 other people, so there's 30 of you, 15 of you get a tennis ball, 15 of you get a tennis racket, would you choose the ball or would you choose the racket?
I'm a sports guy, like good to roll with whatever, but
Says more about you than it does about me. Yeah. What's what you gonna do the rest of the day?
working with Holden at 4:30. Excited about that. He's a great young man. He's a rising sophomore, and we're kind of going through a little max week right now. We max power clean and squat on Monday, and we'll max bench press today. He's athletic. He's extremely explosive. So he's the son of a guy that I graduated with. So good friend from high school. So do that and then hang out with the family tonight, man.
Make some eggs?
No, that's tomorrow morning.
Oh.
So
What's for dinner?
I don't know, man. Lindsay made chicken Alfredo last night. It was
wow.
really good. Yeah.
And you're not a pasta guy.
I'm not a pasta guy, but chicken
Was it
Alfredo.
corkscrew or fettuccine?
Dude, to be honest with you, I'll tell you what we actually started doing.
Can't wait to hear this.
Yeah, so we started using straight thick spaghetti noodles. Yep, straight up thick spaghetti noodles.
Is that what it says on the box?
It says spaghetti noodles, and they're thick,
Oh,
and
just
that's what
spaghetti noodles.
Yeah, like
Not thin spaghetti.
not thin spaghetti, thick spaghetti.
Straight
And it tastes so much better. I wouldn't have thought the noodles would have made that much of a difference, but it just tastes so much better. So
Have you ever had a matcha chana?
I have no idea what you just said. But
Fantastic. AMATRICIANA.
Yeah.
Have a few ends in there. That stuff's good. I recommend it.
What is your favorite noodle? Well, actually, sorry. I apologize to the Italian viewership. What is your favorite pasta?
not a pasta guy. So like spaghetti.
So it's spaghetti noodle.
Yeah, it's like a spaghetti noodle.
pastas.
I mean, I know you're a pasta guy. What's your favorite?
What do you mean I'm a pasta guy?
Bro, every time I
haven't
see you, you eat pasta.
I literally have not had pasta. I've had pasta one time in the last 2.5 weeks. I don't eat pasta.
How much did you eat it before that? A lot.
No, I don't eat pasta.
You eat pasta more than I do.
Probably, but that's like saying...
Fun fact.
That's like saying I play baseball more than you.
So, Lindsay knows I hate spaghetti. I despise
just regular spaghetti?
Like, so this is the story behind my hatred of spaghetti.
You don't like marinara?
No, sir.
No?
So, I'm one of 5 children in my family.
Yeah.
And, like, anytime there's a lot of kids, you just go to the most feasible from an economy and time standpoint.
Yeah,
and
my dad used to take ham, put it in a bag of bread, and shake it up, and then like you reach in and whatever you grab, that's
chicken cordon bleu.
Yeah.
But so we ate a lot of spaghetti growing up. So I don't like spaghetti, and Lindsay knows my hatred for spaghetti. But I'm also the type of person. I'm a fat boy, so I'm gonna eat whatever. Like,
right, yeah.
I'm fine eating.
Someone puts a bunch of baked M&Ms in your face, you're gonna eat them.
If they're M&Ms, I'm gonna eat them. Yes. So
baked or not baked.
Baked or not baked. Yeah. So, but Lindsay made spaghetti last week, and I looked directly at her, and I said, "Look, I don't want you to take this the wrong way."
I thought it would be like Key and Peele episode real quick, but
no, I was like, I don't want you to take this the wrong way.
Right at her.
But this spaghetti was really good.
Yeah. Probably because she made it slightly al dente.
But I don't want it all the time. So, and she knows, I know that if she's cooked spaghetti, it's normally because she's had a really long day. So I really don't say a whole lot about eating spaghetti. I just shut my mouth.
She just made the pasta, no sauce.
Oh yeah, definitely sauce. You gotta have. That would definitely not eat just spaghetti pasta. Like, that's not going to happen. So
I know a guy who will eat dry pasta.
That's disgusting.
He just
no.
Yep.
No,
he goes to the gym.
Not going to do that.
Can you guess who it is?
I don't want to guess who it is. Who is
it? Take 2 guesses. It's a guy.
It's a guy.
Yeah.
That limits it down to like 45 people.
Oh, this guy's really weird, so that limits it down to like 7.
Shane?
No.
Shout out to Shane. You're not here again today.
Shane is the most, like... Oh, I would never eat that. That's Shane, dude. You think Shane's out here eating dry pasta? Shane would be the type that would be like, this pasta has not had the proper amount of pepper and olive oil placed on it in the colander.
Sorry, Shane. You're not here again. We're missing you on the podcast. Really weird.
Yeah.
We don't have that many really weird guys at the gym.
We got 7.
We got 7 really weird guys. Name them.
No, because if I name them, that's going to give away who it is.
All right, just tell me who each.
I'm not going to. I said you get 2 guesses, so guess.
I guess Shane.
Okay, that's 1 guess, and you're way wrong. So
really? Is it 1 guess, or is it like half a guess? Because it's Shane.
It's not Shane.
No, I'm saying, is it half a guess because it's Shane?
Oh. No.
You had to think about that.
I had to think about what your question was.
Man, I can't answer this question because then I'm going to be calling somebody weird.
Call you weird all the time.
That's fine. I don't get offended by it.
Do you think people get less offended if I say something to them versus you? Maybe it's your accent?
Probably so. I say things all the time and people come back to me and I'm just like, no.
Like if you think I walked into a class, I was like, hey, you guys are all nerds. But then you walked in and said, hey, you guys.
Does that show
your accent?
Does that show some deep?
You guys are all.
Does that show
nerds.
Like some deep judgmental tendencies on their part?
Or does it show it on mine?
Can't show it on your part because the judgment's between me and you.
That's so true. He can't see me. He'll look eventually. Anyway, you gonna guess?
No.
It's Mike Johnson.
That doesn't surprise me.
I know.
So.
Well, he's always squinting at things.
Mike, I hope you're doing well. We haven't seen you.
He's doing great. I talked to him the other day.
Workout. Did you?
Yeah, he's squinting at me the whole time.
What are you trying to say about him?
Yeah, maybe he needs glasses. I don't know. He's always squinting at me.
He's never squinted at me before.
He's never squinted at you.
No, Mike has never squinted at me.
He always looks at me like what I possibly could be saying does not make any sense. Like he's trying to understand what I'm saying and it doesn't make any sense. But I think that's the male model in him, to where he's doing that.
Do you mean like male model, like physique type model, or do you mean like male model, like he's the model male? You need to clarify this.
I'm going to be quite honest with you, dude. This podcast started off really well, but then that question right there.
Oh, no, you killed this podcast a long time ago.
Name one time.
A long time
Name
ago.
one time.
You started talking about spaghetti. You started talking about different types of pasta.
That sent us into a
sent
spiral?
us to a downward spiral.
That
just like,
sent us into a corkscrew, which is a good spaghetti.
I was about to say,
pasta.
what's the name of that pasta that
A
spirals?
corkscrew, dude.
Corkscrew? Yeah.
No, there's another one too. Huh? Rotini doesn't spiral.
Fact check you, sir.
Ooh, good fact checker.
Oh, you're right, it is, because I have tricolor rotini. What do you think about that blasphemy? Injecting vegetables into pasta. Do you think it's just a color thing, or do you think it's real?
I think if you're looking to get your vegetables from pasta,
If I paid you $5, would you eat a can of tomato paste?
you're not looking in the right spot.
Would you eat a can of tomato paste for $5?
Bro, I'm a teacher. I'd do a lot of things for money.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever done for money with your hands?
With my hands? I don't know. I really haven't done weird stuff with money for my hands. I mean,
What about your feet?
I've worked out.
With your
Won
feet?
some money. Don't you always work out with your feet?
I don't know.
So, you don't work out with your feet?
Sometimes.
So, sometimes you don't work out with your feet?
Sometimes I don't.
Name one workout, one day of working out that you've made it through without using your feet.
I did 200 dumbbell floor press for time
When?
2 weeks ago.
No, you didn't. I'm calling BS on that.
Call BS on that.
So,
Call
okay.
BS on that right there.
Who has
Try
bigger,
me.
Who has bigger arms?
Try me.
Who has bigger arms?
Well, if you measure for length and then proceed to measure girth, me.
Hey, but we didn't do that, did we?
No, we sure didn't.
You thought you were going to beat me just off
You
of
sure
sheer
didn't.
size, and you didn't.
I'm an elite height.
You are an elite height.
Yeah.
So I am not an elite height.
Yeah.
5'8" with 8-inch arms. So it's the way it goes. So.
How many bottles of water do you drink a day?
Plain
Do you pee
water?
a lot?
Plain water? Plain water?
Yeah.
I'd probably say I
No.
normally try to get in.
What does that mean?
Do I mix anything with it? Like mix
Cocaine.
like BCAAs or stuff like that.
Earth.
Earth?
Yeah.
I don't mix with earth.
There's plenty of iron in the grass.
Yeah, I'm not drinking dirt. Not gonna happen.
Do you pee a lot?
Yeah,
12 times a day?
probably have something wrong with me.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
Maybe you just have a genetically small bladder.
I don't know, because nobody in my family pees a lot.
You know that?
I mean, when I'm around them, they don't go to the bathroom, so
What do they do when you're not around?
I don't know.
Probably going to the bathroom.
Probably not.
Well, all right, guys. Hope this has been a very informative podcast for you. Brandon, we got anything coming up?
That was a day by day thing for me. I'm just here.
Brandon, the intern's going to be on the show next week.
Is he? Yeah, why not?
Yes.
Just don't say anything about Mike Johnson's squinting, and I'll be alright. I don't know why it just killed me. He was squinting at me the whole time. I was lost.
Yeah. He kind of looked at me like he was a quarterback and I was the coach, and I was like, 58 Panther left.
Which is a call for what?
Exactly.
That's how our coach or our OC looks when we have 38 China, Faith State.
Which is a call for what?
Which is
run to the left.
No, it's there. Yeah, actually, it's to the left. It's an outside zone to the left with a fullback kicking out the either linebacker in on the right side.
See.
38 China.
Y'all call your RPOs?
You see.
They're not just built in?
You see.
No, like 38 China is the formation.
Yeah.
So we have trips on the strong side of the field.
And then you got
single receiver on the left.
Yep.
And then we
Single
got
left.
the wing back normally, which is either fullback or tight end.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fade out part.
And then you got
You just
five
called your
offensive linemen.
RPO off of that.
Yeah, talking about Faith State.
Yeah, fade state.
Well, normally, actually, I told you wrong. Faith State. It's actually Faith Hill.
Trying to.
But you stay pretty much, instead of cutting back across to the opposite side of the field to kick out the defensive end, you stay and help get the defensive end so the tackle can go to the linebacker.
Get that running back to the second level. Get him one-on-one with the free safety. Get him back on his heels.
It's an RPO. The running back may be getting the ball.
Yeah, he might.
Well,
he might not. I've won multiple championships in Madden.
No, you haven't.
I would wreck you in Madden or 2K.
You wouldn't wreck me, dude.
You know, Xbox or PlayStation?
Huh? Both.
Okay, I was about to say.
You
seem like an Xbox guy.
I'm an Xbox guy.
He's a gamer.
PlayStations.
So I have a PlayStation, mainly just like watching it.
Yeah, dude. What am I, 12?
Yep.
Yeah. Shouts out to Xbox.
What's really fun is when you play with the Chiefs.
Oh yeah, you just lob balls deep all.
Oh no, or like if you go to the Falcons or the Ravens, and somebody doesn't know how to do a QB sneak or a QB spy.
Yeah.
It's fun times.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't play cheap like that though.
I don't either.
I play with like the Jaguars.
I'll kill you with a hot route though. I will get hot routes going.
Yeah.
I would say I played.
Blake Bortles, MVP.
I would say I played with the Panthers, but.
Get in the zone, auto zone.
Let me cut this now.
Yeah, you got anything coming up big in your life? July's around the corner. You want to make an announcement? Yeah, my birthday. Any big announcements you got for July that you want to tell everyone? Guys, July 18th, Aaron will be in the area, so get your tickets. I want to plug that. They'll be going live on
what?
Ticketmaster.com. Huh? You want Snatch Clinic? We could do it in our Snatch Clinic. Every time I freaking snatch is a Snatch Clinic.
Caps at 12.
Caps at 12.
Caps at 12.
I'm number 1.
Caps at 12 is my nickname in college.
Just forget 11 through 2.
Yeah. All right, we're out of here.